Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to put to the test the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, which has been around YouTube for quite a while, and having an oily skin, I kind of find it quite hard to find powders that would control my oil at the same time will not make me look cakey. I purchased this powder for 18 New Zealand dollars. I got the translucent extra coverage. I've already applied my foundation, and the foundation that I use is this Max Life Proof foundation, and this one by far is the foundation that makes me oily in the span of 3 hours. So I figured that this foundation will be great in conjunction with this powder because I really wanted to test how well this powder will hold the oil. The packaging comes in this tub. It's not a twist, unfortunately, so I could really see a potential mess. It does come with a puff, like you know those baby powder puff thingy that you get. It's quite squishy and soft, so I might actually use this. Gauging on the packaging, I feel like you only need to open it halfway to avoid any unwanted mess. First off, I am going to apply my under eye concealer, and for that I will use this Maybelline Master Conceal. Looks like that. It actually looks quite tinted. It's heavily fragrant, so I feel like if you're allergic or if you're sensitive to fragrant products, skip out on this powder, but I'm really intrigued on how it's going to work. So I'm going to use the puff to set my under eyes. Whew. I decided to just set my entire face because I'm planning to go for a walk after this. I feel like the puff actually is okay, it works. Coverage wise, it didn't really add any coverage into my foundation. Instead, it actually made it look flawless. Like my pores disappeared around this area right here and in my forehead, and like the texture from like acne scars that I have is kind of smooth. Don't apply and talk at the same time because it will literally get in your mouth. I literally have to hold my breath while applying this product because the scent is uber duper duper strong and the powder is very finely milled that I could actually taste it in the back of my throat. So I think that's the only con that I have, but I feel like if the powder works, I could get past that. I will not bake my entire face for long, so I will actually knock off the excess. My pores though in this area is gone. My under eye area is looking matte and smooth. My face in general is matte. The time now is 12:48 and I'm actually going to town, walking to town to get a few stuff, and then I'll be back probably later on this afternoon to see how the powder lasts. One thing though, I'm actually going to set this powder because looking at my skin at the moment, it looks extremely makeupy. Like you could literally tell that I piled on powder. So maybe I'll spray it with these Kat Von D Locket Tattoo just a little bit to kind of simmer down the cakiness. And let's put this powder to the test. The time now is 3:32 p.m. and it's been about 2 hours and a half. Usually around this time when I wear this foundation, I get a little bit shiny around my cheek area and my forehead. But looking in the mirror right now, I am extremely matte. The powder has sinked in a little bit into my skin, so it doesn't look as cakey as it was when I first applied it onto my skin, though I could see a tad bit of sheen on my forehead, but it's not that terrible. So what I'll do is I'll just dab it like that. I have no product in this brush, and the sheen seemed to kind of go away. One thing that I could complain about is the scent. It still lingers around up to this time. It's strange because I could definitely taste the powder. Is it just me, or it happened to other people? I'm not sure, but it's heavily fragrant that it kind of like is stuck at the back of my throat. If I keep using the powder, I will get used to the scent, and maybe I could get past that. But first impressions, I really don't like the scent, to be honest. So I will check back with you guys at the end of the day. Hi beautiful, the time now is 9:35 p.m. and it's about 8 hours and a half since I've had this full face on. I'm looking okay. It looks like I've just touched up. If I use my normal powder, in 8 hours time I would have like a grease forehead, a really shiny cheek area and chin area, and then my foundation will break apart. But looking in the mirror and the monitor, my face looks amazing, except my nose area was a little bit rubbed off. I could totally pass in the base department because looking at my skin, it looks like I've just applied my foundation maybe 2 hours before. As much as I want to hate the powder, this powder is definitely a thumbs up for me when it comes to setting your makeup and making everything looks flawless. Now the powder is finely milled, which is a good thing and a bad thing, mainly because it's a good thing in setting your makeup. It's a bad thing because you can actually inhale the product, which happened to me, and I could still feel it at the back of my throat until now, like 8 hours and a half later. Fragrant wise, the fragrance only lasted for about 4 hours, which is quite long considering it's a powder and it's in my face. Price, it's very affordable for the price you pay, $20. I mean, overall I highly recommend this powder for extremely oily skin, and it's great for everyday wear. If you're sensitive to fragrance, just avoid this. Maybe use baby powder because it works just as great, and it's also even cheaper than this. But if you're intrigued to try this product, it works. It really works. So that's it for my review of the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I hope you enjoyed this video and it's helpful. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video.